Welcome to We Watch Stupid. I'm Roxy.
And I'm Diana. This is episode 4 of season 10 of the OG 90 Day Fiance of these two lovers. So many lovers.
Hey, Piv, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Do you like parks?
Yes, of course, I'm a person.
Yeah. And she's being so weird. Okay, before we started, we were talking about Razvan's OnlyFans.
Roxanne was heroic, just an icon, and signed up.
I signed up for it was like
research.
a deal for like research, $15 for like 30 days. And I mean, obviously I knew what OnlyFans was. I didn't know how it like worked really.
Yeah.
But there's like he has like his main page and there's like pictures on it and you can like it and send
Masturbate
tips
to
and
it.
stuff. Masturbate to it. He's posted a lot of pictures with like what I would call the dick root, like the root of the dick.
Yes, that's a very perfect description.
I've shown Piv some of the photos, but yeah, it's just like it's like the part where the dick starts, like in the crotch. It's like not a part of the body that I ever thought anyone would be like interested in showing me.
Well, it's very veiny.
There's a lot of veins.
There's a lot of veins on his.
I showed this to another friend of mine and she was like legitimately worried about him because she said he looks so veiny and dehydrated. She's like, I think we need to get this man some electrolytes.
So like guys on like TV or whatever, they'll like do some push-ups before they like it's like their turn and like take to like get their like muscles going and then I think their veins going. What's the equivalent of this dick root? Do you think he like humps the air a bit?
Maybe. It just gets it going a little bit. Yeah. It's clearly like at least half-mast.
Yeah.
And then another fun part of OnlyFans that I didn't realize was that every couple of days they'll send you like it looks like it's a private message, but it's basically a newsletter with the opportunity to buy videos of him, I think like jacking off or something. Even like he has these little previews that, you know, it like blurs out his dick, but it's very graphic.
The veins. I'm sorry, I'm looking through it right now. The veins. Yeah, and you and I have gone back and forth on like if he has a little dick or not. We think he doesn't, but at first it was kind of confusing.
Well, because he was posting like flaccid pics and tidy whities. Now I see these blurred videos of his weenus, and yeah, it looks like a pretty decent one.
He's in the right industry, is what you're saying. Okay.
I am very curious if like I feel like this content has to be for like mostly gay men, right? Like,
oh no, this is actually what I get off to. I love it when they talk about whacking it in a tanning bed. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that. So one of the messages that he sent was,
I was so horny in the tanning salon, like squirt emoji.
Yeah.
I couldn't hold myself until I got home. Sometimes I do this in public. Side-eye, cry face.
Oh my God.
By the way, because you are special to me, if you want to see what happened there, you have a 50% discount code on this video. I masturbated until I ejaculated in the cabin and took more pics. Enjoy, babe. Kissy face.
Yeah, so this is purely research. This is not like content I'm really interested in.
That is so, but like, what was so hot about a tanning bed for him?
I have no idea. That was the most bizarre thing. I'm like, okay, so you're just like admitting that you're like so disgusting in public. That is such a bummer. I hope he gets banned from whatever tanning salon that is.
Do you think he's a sexaholic?
Who knows? Today at 2:30 p.m., he asked me, "What is your fetish, babe?" And then Piv told me to send back pubic hair.
'Cause he has none.
Right. So I
0.
just I just did that. We'll see if we get any kind of constructive response, but probably not. Oh, and also he's in New York. Like he said like a couple videos back that he's coming to the US, and now this last message he sent where he's like jerking off in what I'm assuming is a hotel room. He says that he's in New York. So, he's really just seeing the sights, doing a lot of like New York things, jacking off in a hotel room. It's really part of the experience of being in the US. So good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, he's living the, like, content and influencer dream at this point.
I
So,
guess, yeah. I'm so curious how many yeah, like I know you can make a lot of money on these things. I hope he's doing well because he's definitely pushing out the content, that's for sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
He's a hard worker. Hard.
Hard at
Yeah.
work. Okay, that was a disgusting tangent, but it's been on my mind
Hey,
this
you know what?
week.
Sometime this might be someone's real kink, and we just help them discover it.
Sure, yeah, I
Yeah.
imagine. All right, who do you want to start with today? We have one new
Um,
couple.
we've I think we should go let's do Ashley and Manuel. How come his phone doesn't have internet?
I none of this makes sense. And he's saying that like the getting a new SIM card isn't going to help you connect to Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Like his phone's broken, his phone's jacked, like, or his plan is just stupid. Like it's not her fault, but she was finding a solution for him where she got him a new phone and it was coming in 2 days and he was kind of being a brat about it. And she was standing up for herself, which I'm glad she continued to do so. But it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her problem. It was his.
He was being super rude. I really this gave me like the mega ick on Manuel. Like he is so dismissive of her, doesn't thank her for trying to problem solve. She says she wants an apology. He says that
You should understand that I need internet.
yeah, she wasn't listening to him, and he goes, "Que pena," and he's, like, just being so pedantic and, like, patronizing to her. Also, there's, like, some kinda, like, yellow smudge on his face the whole time he's, like, being all rude and dismissive to her, and it was really hard to take him seriously on, like, both counts, you know? Yeah, and I don't like these faces that he's making in the ITMs. It feels like he's trying to be cute, but he's just being a dick.
Yeah, yeah. He's just being a brat, just being an asshole.
She even concedes that they're getting to know each other, but she also says she doesn't have time for stupid conversation.
Yeah, she doesn't. That's she's I think she said, "I don't mean to be a butthead, but I don't have time for you're not being a butthead. No one has time for stupid conversations." And I love you, Ashley, my princess. You do not have to share spiritual space with him and his nasty ass attitude.
Oh, I had to have this terrible conversation with like a whiny ass man who droned on at work this week. And Manuel kind of remind me of that. It's like Ashley's trying to problem solve. I was trying to problem solve, but they just wanted to like whine. Like Manuel just wanted to like whine or something.
Okay, whine and then problem solve. Like, we don't need to dwell on it. Like, yes, you can be heard like, "Oh, man, I don't have internet," but then let's let's be realistic and problem solve.
Yeah, like what does he is he just like depressed already after like 3 days or something? Like he's just acting very like hopeless.
He is reminding me of I think it's, like, season 5, but the mom who brings it's like the mom who owns the bra shop and has 2 daughters, and then, like, that
Molly.
guy Molly, yeah. Molly and
I don't remember his name. He was wild.
He just, like, didn't give a fuck and would just have these, like, blank faces, like, when she's trying to have a real conversation with him, and but I'm glad Ashley is standing up for herself. I hope it continues.
I think this is like the kind of like central South Latin American like machismo, like in real life. This is kind of what it is. It's like him being a man baby and like, but just not wanting to hear what she wants to say. It feels like that might be influencing this because like those weird faces that he's making that are so patronizing, like she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. It just feels so dismissive.
Totally.
Very weird. Very, very
Yeah, I
weird.
got just yeah, bad vibes, icky feelings from Manuel
Mhm.
this episode. So Ashley goes to a park and meets her sister with some like outrageous frappuccino drinks.
I like that she came prepared though. She's like, I'm gonna like need to talk shit and you're gonna have to listen. So I'm gonna bring you like an expensive ass coffee. I appreciated that.
Just another reason why I love Ashley. She has a hickey on her neck.
Oh my god. How old is she? 30 something? Like she keeps saying she says like twice, she's like, yeah, that part is fine. That part is fine. So they've just never done anything together except fuck.
It seems that way. And sometimes love is all you need.
Sometimes love wants to fly first class, Piv.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in our next Love is Blind.
Yeah. Okay, so Sienna and Ashley are talking, and they're basically both saying like he has family in Newark and New York City, and like yeah, he could just leave her and never leave the country. And
Is he here for the right reasons? Is he just here for a green card?
are the right reasons a green card? Are the right reasons love?
The right reason is a green card. TBH. Like I think I think Ashley could do a lot better than Manuel after this like little tantrum that he had. So just give him the green card, let him free. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but then she's married to him and is responsible for him for 10 years.
Oh, right, that part. Damn, I'm usually the one that brings that part up.
Just have him as like a friends of with benefits, so it's like chill.
But yeah, they have to have the obligatory is he here just here for the green card conversation.
But
Um
it was kinda refreshing that she was like, "Yeah, so I don't think he is, but he could be." Because typically they're like, "No, of course no, it's this is real." She's like, "There's a lot of secrets. These family members are blowing up my phone." Oh, sorry, we didn't say that yet. So
Ashley is a real one though. I do appreciate that about her.
So she thinks that Manuel's mom gave his family that's in New York and Newark. Newark's New Jersey? Sure.
Yes.
Her phone number to get in touch with Manuel because he hasn't had internet on his phone for 2 days.
Oh my god. Losing his mind.
My god. And, like, they're calling her, like, 8, 9, 10 times, and she had never known about them before.
I also like I'm not that surprised or like shocked by this. It is weird to keep calling and not leave a message telling her who you are. Like you could just leave a message and be like, "Hey, this is Manuel's cousin. I'd like to speak with him, please." But they've just learned that he's in the US, like, from what we've been shown. And so they would, I think, understandably be like, what the hell's going on? And be trying to like get in touch. Ashley is a little funny though when she's like, he's not here for them. He's here for me. And it's like, well, you know, They're closer than they were when he was in Ecuador, and he might be here for them.
But he needs to remember he's here for their relationship. So they call Mercy. They FaceTime her. Mercy's the cousin. But okay, wait, sorry. Was he saying to her, I don't know your cousins?
Yes.
What? We're not talking about her cousins.
That was pretty funny. She's like, "Why haven't I met these people before? Why don't I know who they are?" He's like, "I don't know your cousins. Get off my back." He's also like, what does he have to he's like, "We need to speak privately. You're not gonna understand." She's like, "I speak Spanish. How have we been communicating for the past 3 days?"
Yeah.
He's his And then he says something like she's gonna have a fit or something on the phone and tell his female cousin, like, "What are you doing with my man?" And I'm like, this is such weird, like, women be crazy shit. Like,
Yeah.
what is he talking about? Like, Ashley is a passionate person, but, like,
She's not gonna yell.
she was so cordial and sweet with his mom.
He's just making weird excuses to have his, like, weird little lies.
Like, also, their apartment isn't that big. She'll be able to hear what you're talking to your cousin about no matter what. She'll be able to hear your side of the conversation no matter what. So, is it really worth being all weird?
He wants his privacy. He needs his privacy. Can't just go to her phone and her laptop.
What does she think? She's going to be like recording his calls?
I don't know. Like, regardless of if they make it to the altar, Manuel's hiding something. Like,
Yeah, he's a real weirdo. I mean, they teased us on it in the trailer that, he was going to be weird. And it's coming out so fast. He's only been there 3 days.
mhm.
He's been there 3 days, and it's, like, falling apart. I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is this?" They usually don't break up if they're on, like, the OG 90 day.
I
Like,
know.
they usually get married.
Yeah. And so it seems like, yeah, statistically, yes, they'll get married. Have they never not ever not gotten married?
There's gotta be at least one instance, I just can't think of it.
Or I guess it's like before the other way or before the B90, as you say. Osvan and Nicole never got married.
Oh, Ozin and
Ozan,
Nicole.
Ozan.
Yeah. Yeah, before the 90 days, I feel like that is a very low success rate. It's a super low success
Yeah.
rate.
No, but they were on Real 90 Day.
Oh, they were?
Yeah. I think that they were on 90 Day before there was a before.
Yeah, that makes more sense because that was not a 90-day story.
And then Molly and that guy, like, you
Mhm.
thought they didn't get married, but they were married on paper. Yeah.
Cut and run. I don't have anything else about them.
Yeah. Just that Ashley did the same thing with the video call as she did with her mom or with his mom. So she, like, she knows. She knows what's going on.
Oh, yeah, it was
Um,
like, she needs to see that I'm here
yeah,
and that you're in the
and I
US,
wanna meet her. And
and then I'll leave.
you wanna jump to Rob the Knob?
Yeah. They've also had a lot go down in, like, 3 days. Like,
Yes.
Jesus Christ, they're already fighting so much. He fucking sucks.
He fucking sucks.
They're meeting up with Rob's sister Victoria, and, like, he's coaching her in the car. Well, first of all, I feel like this is a little bit of fraud because they've
100%.
met they've met twice before, and Victoria seems to like her and has offered to plan their wedding, but he's, like, coaching her on how to be with his sister. He's like, "Act positive and tell her you're excited to meet the rest of the family. Don't act shy." It's like,
No, yeah, it was so stupid. And then Victoria was, like, cute and, like, really friendly and welcoming and was like, "I don't care about you, Rob, I wanna see Sophie."
yeah.
Like,
She is gorgeous. Like, Rob's parents made some attractive ass kids. Yeah, I loved Victoria. She was super sweet, so nice. They start talking about the wedding and Sophie is so low key about it. I think she's just a very chill person. She's like, obviously we're not going to have a huge wedding, but I just,
I want it to be nice.
she says I definitely want to do something cuz it's definitely like official getting married-ish. That's what she said.
She's so 23.
Yeah,
Great.
I know. But yeah, sister asked them if they want to have kids. Yeah, she asks about kids in some way, and then it just kicks off this whole situation.
Yeah. That Rob blew out of proportion.
Yeah,
Rob needs a kick in the butt, in my opinion.
he needs a therapy. Jesus Christ, he is like he's not even acting on par with where I think like a 23-year-old like Sophie would be. He's acting like a teenager that's not getting what he wants. It's bizarre.
It's okay, so it's like he walked away and then he like starts crying a little bit. And then later on when they get home, then he leaves. To like go through it really quick or like how I interpreted it, she says, "I don't know if I want to be pregnant." That's not the same thing as not having kids. And then we find out later that she had a cyst, like something with a cyst when she was 15.
I think it was a cancer. It was a
Oh,
teratoma in
oh.
her ovary. Yeah.
So very scary. Yeah, she said that it was life threatening. And so she doesn't know if she can bear children. And so she very mindful. She says that she's essentially she thinks she's using like not wanting to be pregnant or not like imagining this future, this definite future with kids as a defense mechanism.
Absolutely. And I love that she's so self-aware of that. Like she was able to articulate that to Victoria, no problem.
Yeah.
Why this hasn't come up with someone she's been in a relationship with for 3 years is odd.
Well, she said he never asked. He knew about the cyst. He knew about the cancer essentially, but then didn't divulge. And I don't think I would either. Like, it's probably a sensitive subject. You want your partner to be interested and invested. And so when they're not, I would stop talking.
Yeah. She's also like she's 23 again. She has career ambitions. Like kids aren't going to be front of mind for her.
Of course, she's not thinking about kids.
He is almost 10 years older than her. I dated someone with about this age difference when I was in college. I think I was like 21 and he was 28 or 29 or 30. And yeah, his mind, he was thinking that he was going to marry me and we were going to have kids.
Like immediately.
Never I was never even close to that in the year that we were together. And then when I like broke up with him, he was like, "Oh, I thought we were going to have kids together." And I was like, "That's weird cuz we never talked about that." That's like a weird thing to think about when you have it. Like
Had you guys talked about marriage?
no. That was the other weird thing.
Oh yeah, it's just this little narrative in his head. This like
I
his
know.
yeah.
And the sister picks up on that. I think she's like seen this with Rob before because she kind of launches into a lecture with them like, why did you think you were on the same page? Like, did you actually talk about this? And he keeps bringing up, I talked about my kids' names. I talked about my
Yeah,
kids' names with her. I'm like,
not the same thing.
I am Sophie. I've definitely had partners in the past be like, oh, if I have kids, I want to do XYZ. Like my last like boyfriend in grad school, like he was like, oh, if I have kids, I think someone needs to stay home with them. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, who do you think that would be? Who is that? Like,
Someone.
yeah, it's someone. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's really interesting. Cause I guess his mom stayed home. So that's like the only possible way to raise children. but I don't know if that was his like circuitous. That was probably, yeah, like Rob, because that guy was also really immature. That was probably his circuitous way of being like, so I want kids, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just like Sophie. I'm like, that's an interesting thought experiment for you.
Brody and I went to dinner with a friend and we met their new boyfriend, and they were talking about kids' names. And I,
The
like,
boyfriend or your friend?
both of them.
How long
Yeah.
have they been together?
5, 6 months.
That's fast.
And then Brody and I got home and I go, "Brody, you and I don't even talk about kids' names."
And you're due in like
Yeah, less
24
than a week.
hours.
I was like, "What was that?"
Oh my god, you're gonna have to tell me that after we get off this
Yeah.
recording. Oh my god, that's wild.
But so some people just throw around the conversation of kids' names, some people don't.
Well, we're also like older, so if you want kids, like sometimes that's gotta be, for some people, that's gotta be like the first thing that you have to connect on with another partner, you know?
Yeah, but I also I need to remind you that even Jay-Z and Beyonce have kids.
Them out of
What the
this.
hell does
What
that
are they?
mean?
Pulls like the Gino line that Gino pulled in before the 90 days, where he's like, I don't know what I would ever do with my life if I don't have kids. It's like, okay, Rob gets a little bit more of a pass because he's like, what, 32, 33. Rob, like, just relax.
It would be a lie if they walked down the aisle right now. Like, just boo-hoo.
I would just still be a player if I didn't want to have kids. Why were you playing for so long if you want kids so bad?
True. Yeah. So they go home and she's like and Sophie's smart. And she's like, "I'm tired. I This is not like the right time to like talk about this important subject. Let's sleep on it." Wise beyond her years. Rob's a dramatic asshole and goes and takes the dog for a walk and pouts. And
I'm not going to sleep because I'm going to be up wondering what's going to happen with my life, with my whole life.
yeah. Oh.
Is this going to happen like every time that there's some misalignment with their values in this relationship? I also don't understand how they've gotten this far. Well, I do know how it happened. Like, she's young and hot, and that's what he wants. But then he's like also projecting all these things that he wants out of like where he is in his life stage onto her. And like, that's what happened with me and my college boyfriend. He was projecting all these things onto me that like I wasn't ready for, had never given any indication I was ready for, but that's what he wanted. So he's just
Yeah,
assuming.
just assume. Oh, and you know what assuming does.
Makes helps you make really good decisions.
No, it actually makes an ass out of you and me.
Oh, there you go. That makes more sense.
I just want to just I don't think I said it before, but he never gives her the benefit of the doubt.
No, so important in relationships. And that's what's she I think she kind of she mentions that. She's like,
She's the villain
yeah,
constantly.
he just turns me into the villain. He shuts down. His behavior and his feelings for me seem to change on a dime, and like I don't know what to do. He's just like having a tantrum and like playing games with her, and it's sick. It's sick. She has nobody else to turn to here.
But I'm hoping that Victoria is a good ally for her.
Yeah, she seems to realize he's a dumbass.
Mhm.
So
And they're both hot. So,
it's true. Yeah, they could just go be hot and smart and cute together. So should they just date? She's bi.
you're genius. Yeah. Should we move on to Nikki and Justigor?
Yes.
Which
Um
I looked and everywhere, at least on this episode, it said Justin. Like,
Mm,
Igor was nowhere, but we can call him just Igor.
maybe he's only Igor when he's by himself. Like when he's with Nikki, he has to be Justin.
Their intro is incredible. She, like, does some, like, I don't know if it's like a head flip, but, like, she, like, touches her butt, and then he's, like, pretend boxing. It's so fun.
Yeah. Definitely the most animated couple in their intro. I'm excited to see what their like sad, angry intro looks like. Or have we already seen it?
I don't think we
I can't,
have.
I can't remember. We probably will very soon.
So they bring up again that like in their couple ITM, like that she looks like someone from a movie, and she's like a James Bond movie, and he's like a cartoon, like
She says, "Stop pushing my buttons." He's like, "I can find your button that also has a G on it."
G button. How did she not know it was a G spot?
Because he's like full of, is this just Russian humor? Because it's like so deadpan.
Oh,
Is this just
probably, yeah.
Moldovan humor? Because he does it a lot. This episode, it's just very like very dry. But then he's kind of smirking. I think it's funny. I don't know why she's like, don't be with someone who's like, he's like trying to have fun with you, and she's just being so serious the whole time. I don't understand why she's taking everything so seriously. She's freaking out.
So I think I think she's taking things seriously because of experiences she's had in the past, not just with just Igor, but with like everyone, like wanting to hide her. And like it's a bummer. But that's like, I'm not giving her a pass for it, but I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, I think you're right. There is a lot more going on with her because she just seems so easily triggered. Like she's doing her makeup. She tells him she'll need like at least an hour and a half to get ready to go sit in a park. Do you like parks?
I love them. I like being walked in a park.
Yeah. Like he goes and gets groceries and comes back, and he just asks her, how much longer are you going to be? And then she turns it into, you're trying to change me and mold me. And like, I love that she's like listing all these things that he can't do, and he's like, you have 10 fingers, like why don't you keep going?
Yeah.
Like that's hilarious.
It was quick on his part. Yeah. So like I do think it's like the humor you brought up, cuz she wasn't playful at that.
Oh, the other thing is like she keeps harping on him for not being affectionate with her, but like I think he seems very self-conscious of the cameras. Like the night when they get to the apartment and she straddles him on the bed, he like makes eye contact with the cameras while she's
Hot.
like straddling. And then but like he's kissing her, he's touching her, he's hugging her, like he's walking with his arm around her.
She
Like
wants more. Like okay, so she said like, "Are you going to shower me? Are you going to shower with me?" "No, thanks. It's too small. I don't want to." Like like I wouldn't want to.
no.
I do think that they could have fucked in the morning, but whatever, because they were both so
Definitely.
tired.
Yeah.
But then going with the that she, like, wants too much from him, like, in terms of, like, sexually or, like, affection. No, don't lick my face. Don't lick the ice cream off my face in
No,
public.
don't. That was
No.
so weird. Like, I just don't understand. Like, has she been in like at a relationship that got past the honeymoon, like fucking 5 times a day stage, like ever? Because the way that she's talking to him about this cute ass picnic he put together.
It wasn't a picnic, it was a puzzle day, okay? There was no snacks. Oh, they did get ice cream and cotton candy.
Yeah, they got some snacks. Like, she's talking about it like he, like, threw her in a lake or something. Like, this she just is shitting on, like, this is just she says even, like, "This is something that people do when they live together." Like, is that bad? Aren't you going to be living together?
Wait, I thought she meant that having sex is something that they do.
Oh, I thought she was saying that the picnic is, like, boring, because she was having a fit about doing the puzzles and, like, she just is acting like she needs to be constantly wooed, but they're engaged and they're getting married. Like, you don't nobody has the energy to just be wooing you all the time.
But they haven't seen each other in 9 months. I'd want that D. Like,
So you think she's just, like, literally so horny that she's going nuts?
I think she's, yeah, horny, going crazy. He is, like, just more conservative. Like,
Yeah.
and she wants everything to be like a James Bond movie or a porn or a porn. Like, we're gonna lick the ice cream off my face. We're gonna shower together.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, it would be weird to not have had sex by now, but, like, okay, then what then maybe that the 2 hours that you were doing your makeup, maybe that could have been sex time if you hadn't been doing your makeup. I don't know. Priorities.
Exactly.
There's 2 to tango here.
Yeah. And then she literally went crazy and was like, "It's like you have another girlfriend."
That's why I just can't I'm, like, just having a hard time sympathizing or empathizing with her viewpoint because she just goes from, like, 0 to 100 so quick. Like, where's this coming from?
It's coming from insecurity and I'm guessing past experiences. But there was something else. Yeah, I wrote like he likes puzzles and she wants to play hide the hot dog. And yeah, she's just like she's horny and she's like going straight to the point, but he's not like it reminds me a bit of like Jasmine and Gino, where it's like, Jasmine, stop scaring this guy.
Yeah. I think both Jasmine and Nikki are like, yeah, they want this like hot, like passionate romance, but then they're with people who are, I wouldn't call Gino an intellectual, but just like they need like that emotional romantic connection. And I think because they're men, these people aren't like giving them that chance to express that. Like, they're walking back out of the park and just Igor starts talking about, like, a couples workbook that he wants to do with her.
Yeah, he's trying. Like,
That is a form of romance. That's, like, emotional intimacy, and he says in their ITM, like, "I wanna get back to that, like, soul connection that
mhm.
we have, and that for me is going to make me horny." But she's not giving him any space. She's just assuming that because he's, like, a hot dude that he should be wanting to just bone down all the time.
Yeah, she needs like it's like almost like she wants to be objectified. Like she wants
Yeah, I guess I need to remember that they have been together for, like, 12 hours and she hasn't gotten boned down, and that would yeah, that would make me worried too. But I just don't understand the, like, jumping to the, like, he's cheating conclusions. That just seems so out of left field
yeah,
and,
it
like,
did. It did.
for no reason at all.
But then I'm just thinking like there must be she must have had some past experience where she was the side piece.
Well, that Russian guy ran away and, like, had a whole ass family.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Exactly. My last thought on them is what do you think the ratio was between her getting ready and them actually being in the park?
Oh my god. It was like 4 to 1.
Yeah.
It was like 2 hours of doing makeup, which I don't understand how that makeup could take that long.
She had a lot of layers of, like, eyeshadow and mascara and then false eyelashes and
Yeah, but yeah, I think it was like 2 hours getting ready and then like 20 or 30 minutes in the
yeah,
park.
yeah.
Like, tops. It's
You wanna
really
move
funny.
do you wanna move to the new couple?
Yeah, we have Nick, 31 from Dajon. I think I'm
Uh-huh.
saying that right. And Devin, 24 from Searcy, Arkansas.
Yeah. So, this was kinda interesting because they started with him first. I don't think they've ever started with the f are they foreigner?
Yeah,
They
the foreign spouse.
okay. So they met while they were in Australia. He was there for 6 years, and, yeah, he was on Tinder. He had been single for 2 years. He was on Tinder, met Devin, and after she loosened up, then she started doing naughty things, going crazy a bit, just
Going
showing him her
crazy.
butt.
I'm like, that's like first date stuff, right? When you just moon someone. No? Okay. I really like Nick. Like, after he did his military service, he said he wanted to broaden his horizon, and learn English, so he went to Australia. Like,
Mhm.
6 years is a long time to be in, like, a foreign country, and seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, I liked his vibes. He's electrical engineer by day, karaoke champion by night.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He goes and talks to the lady who's giving him chicken feet. That was
Yeah.
a that was a fun little cameo.
Yeah. I feel like they seem to have some kind of rapport. Maybe that's
Yeah.
his chicken feet lady that he sees a couple
Yeah.
times a week or something. And he's right. People don't eat chicken feet in the US very much, and it's probably gonna be hard for you to find.
Yeesh. Are there bones in it?
Yeah, it's like it's how like a pomegranate is like an activity that's also a snack?
Gross.
I feel
Yeah.
that way about chicken feet because there's lots of little bones in it. Definitely not my favorite thing, but I have one of my aunts loves chicken feet, and she ordered so many the last time we went to the Philippines, so many orders, and I just was so overwhelmed so quickly.
Do you, like, gnaw on them?
You kinda have to, like you end up just kinda spitting the little bones out. I'm sure lots of people are, like, barfing in their hands right now.
Cool, 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 cool.
They call each other Monkey and Piggy. Wait, I didn't write down how they got to Piggy for her.
So he thinks that she's, like, cute and a little chubby, but he didn't know that chubby was, like, fat. It's just that she's fit and, like, athletic, like, she plays soccer. And so
Oh,
she's,
okay.
like, thicker, I suppose you could say, compared to because he said that, like, Korean girls are, like, too skinny.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so he starts calling her Piggy, and it sounds like she wasn't that into it for a while,
Yeah.
but she's gotten into it. She tells him, like, a little later when we, like, actually meet her that it would be rude in the US, and he's like, "We're just different, I guess." Like, he doesn't seem to think it's a big
No,
deal.
and honestly, I don't think it's a big deal because it was an honest mistake, like, he thought it was a compliment,
Yeah,
and
just
she
calling her
explained
cute.
that, like, it wasn't, but whatever, the intention was good, and it's just a little pet name.
So I wrote down that they dated for 2 years in Australia and then 2 years long distance. Is that what you got?
Yeah, 2 years they were separated from COVID.
Okay, that's what I was like, "Oh, wait, why wouldn't she be able to come to Korea?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, global pandemic. Everybody freaking out." So, sounds like she got there as fast as she could.
Yes, and so to do the math, she was 20 and he was 27.
So, is she doing, like, a study abroad? What was she doing at 20 in Australia for 2 years? Well, wait, yeah. She just moved there?
Well, you can't just move there. Maybe she was doing like a like an extended working holiday. Maybe she didn't go to uni. Or maybe she did go to uni there. I don't know. Yeah, they didn't explain that. 'Cause I'm assuming he was working as a electrical engineer there and learning
Yeah.
English.
Yeah,
Um,
so interesting. I'm curious to hear more about her. She seems when we do eventually meet her, she does seem very introverted and uncomfortable on camera.
yes.
Like,
Yes.
I can barely hear like, I've always have captions on, but I could, like, barely hear what she was saying because she just kept, like, moving her head around and, like, looking down and just not speaking very loud.
And in the pictures, she looked like fun and wild and free and,
Yeah.
naughty things.
Totally, yeah, just mooning him, so, yeah, she definitely seems like she needs to be in her element to let loose. He goes and picks her up at the airport. It looks like he took, like, a regional train to get there, so it looks like it's kind of a trek, and he says, "Tonight, they're gonna break the bed."
Yes. He just wants to touch her. He wants to smell her, touch her.
2 years is a long ass time,
Yes.
and they're both very emotional meeting one another. They definitely seem to have, like, real chemistry. I think they're pretty cute.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, because in kind of like the fake drama that the producers had them say, he was like, "What if the chemistry is not the same?" It's like,
No, they were super cute. He says he knows that there's nothing in Arkansas. There's no
yes.
Korean community, no Korean stores or restaurants, no diversity, and lots of racists. And he says, unfortunately, he knows about racism from going into rural Australia. So I'm glad that she's like cognizant of that. Like she's given him a heads up about all of this. Just tossing like a person of color with, an accent from another culture into situation like that with no heads up would be like super unethical. So I'm really glad that he still has no idea what he's getting into,
Yeah.
but he has a heads up.
And so she is also well, so she's coming here to meet his parents, or that's like one of the things that they're gonna do besides break the
Yeah.
bed. And then I thought it was sweet that he's gonna propose in a romantic way. Like, obviously, they're already engaged, but he kind of said it was much more like logistical. And so he wants to give her a proper proposal. But first, his parents have to give the okay. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Sounds like they're not pleased that she's not a Korean woman,
Hmm.
but yeah, I guess we'll see.
I hope they don't call her Piggy because I don't think it's going to be cute.
No. This is the second 90-day couple where it's like an American woman and a Korean man. The first couple was Devin and
Hey, Devin.
oh my god, yeah, it's another Devin. What's with Devins and Korean men?
Yeah. Oh my God. What was his name?
Ah,
Taejon? Or was that the
that
son's
was like
name?
that was the son. Taeyang, I think, was the son. Oh, I wish I could remember his name. He was
Yeah.
funny, but he was also like a criminal.
He was hard to watch. I didn't get to the criminal part of it. Or are you talking about this? Like, wasn't he like reselling cell phones or something?
Yeah. Oh, Jihoon, that was his name.
Jihoon, yeah. And then she
Yeah.
just like gets pregnant and then gets pregnant again. And it's just like,
Yeah, that woman, she's interesting. She has 3, I think 3 children with 3 different people.
because she had the daughter.
She had the daughter in the US. She had Taeyang with Jihoon, and then she came back. She broke up with Jihoon, and then she had another baby with
What?
another.
I thought that was Jihoon's as well.
Nope. Yeah, she has like a thing for like Asian guys. It's like so weird
Cool.
to see.
I mean, yeah, weird. Wait, Jihun isn't the second baby's oh my gosh.
He is the second baby's dad, but then another
The
one.
third.
No, that's a totally different dude.
Oh my god, you're a wealth of knowledge.
I'm just on Instagram too much. I've been watching the show for a long time.
I mean, I've been watching too, but you are dedicated and then you do the research, you know? You do the OnlyFans.
Oh my god. I wish I wasn't like this.
No, never change. Gino and Jasmine. Coco has a dumb outfit on. I'm glad Coco has clothes for Michigan, but Jasmine doesn't.
Oh my gosh. They got home from massage and now she's getting the silent treatment from Gino and they show him just like driving off. They don't like tell us where he's going. She says in her ITM that the butt implants were selfish, but it's done now.
Yeah. Also, they were not selfish, Jasmine. They're needed. Okay? Don't ever think of yourself as selfish.
She did it for him
Yeah.
because she had to because her butt was gone.
Yeah.
She wanted to be beautiful for Gino.
So then she's talking to her sister, like, and they're like, like you got the money from Dane too. And then she says that he'll get mad, that Gino will get mad because she was supposed to not talk to him anymore. And he'll get jealous. And then, but there's like nothing to worry about because she thinks of Dane like a brother. No, Jasmine. No, that is not what brothers are like.
You don't
You
get
know,
$2,000 loans that turn into gifts for butt implants
and
from
you
your
don't
brother.
used to fuck your brother.
Yeah. If someone's coming in from 90 Day and hasn't seen before the 90 days, they're like, who the fuck is Dane? So we get a flashback with her old face talking to Dane. And then also screaming at Gino about how she's going to go fuck Dane. She says, I just think it's so rude how they keep showing her old faces. I'm also very nervous about how she says twice in this that she's going to tell Gino about Dane's gift, but not now.
Gino hasn't said, where'd you get the other 6K from?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because he says I gave her $4,000. He hasn't been like,
Yeah.
where'd the rest of it come from?
Yeah. So, I mean, she paid just as much for her butt as Gino did.
Yeah, that's true.
So, our amazing director, star, producer goes and talks with Gino, and he's like, I can't believe you would do this. You didn't even need the surgery. Like, you spent it on a cosmetic procedure that you don't need. Roxy, I know that Jasmine has it's a type of body dysmorphia, right?
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what she describes for
Okay.
sure.
And so, like, that's one thing. Like, yes, maybe she needs it, and I don't want to like speak lightly of it because it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
But cosmetic procedure, in are they ever actually needed?
No, the way he's talking about it. I mean, I think that there's like plastic surgeons do like reconstructive surgery if like a dog bites your face or something, you know? Like there's a lot of things that they could do.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I wouldn't say that's cosmetic. That's reconstructive,
Yeah.
like a cleft lip
No.
or something. Like burn victims, that's not it's not cosmetic.
But he's full of shit because like he loves her big fake boobs and
Exactly.
like he likes her like bimboification that she's doing. Like he can't sit there and say that he loves her totally natural because he also told her that he doesn't like body hair. So she went and did all this like laser stuff and I didn't realize this, but I was listening to another podcast that brought it up, that in their first season of Before the 90 Days, they're in the shower together and he says some stuff about her labia. Like he says some like, yeah, shitty stuff about her labia. And then I think that's part of the reason why she went and did like this vaginal surgery. And like
What?
if he was willing to say that on camera, I can't even imagine the things that he said to her other times. So he
Ugh.
is just as culpable and complicit in her
Yeah.
body dysmorphia. And also the fact that she just seems so like buoyed and like enlightened by just this couple of compliments. Like,
Yes.
where have the compliments been this whole time then?
Yeah.
He's not helping the
The compliment
situation.
about her hair, like,
Hmm.
ugh. Yeah, like she's so insecure and he's not helping.
Well, we've also talked about their communication style, like, on Before the 90. Like, they just are such and like a weird, toxic, like,
Mhm.
mess of like rubber bands. Um, they seem to be keeping it together more now. Like, there's less screaming, but it's still very dysfunctional.
He complimented her, she apologized. She normally doesn't apologize. And I just wrote great telenovela, an amazing story arc and character development.
For sure.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Also, like the way that they talk to each other is still like they're getting somewhere, but it's just at such a glacial pace. Like the way that they have this conversation is like Gino being like, I can't believe you spent all this money on a procedure.
Can you do the voice?
I can't believe that you spent all this money on
Sorry, you don't
on
have
a
to keep it
on
up
a
if you don't want to.
cosmetic procedure that you didn't need. We could have used that money for the wedding. And then she's like, okay, well, you lied to me about quitting your
Yeah, dumbass.
job.
Also, how did he ever think that that was, like, the right thing to do? Where it's like, "You're gonna talk to Jasmine about budgeting?" No,
Yeah.
that is never gonna happen.
No. And then she's like, I never would have spent that money if I knew you were quitting your job. And he's like, you don't need to spend money on cosmetic procedures, even though I talk shit about your body and
Yeah.
really love your big fake tits. So
Well, bulging out, the big ones.
yeah, they're just, oh, look at them bulging out. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, they're a mess, they're dysfunctional, but they're the love of each other's lives.
Yeah, so there's like a modicum of improvement there, but it's definitely not leaps and bounds. I can't believe they went to couples counseling last season. That seems like a million years ago. Do you
It
remember that?
does. Yeah. That one session did work wonders, though. Because then remember that's then we got the, like, they were biking on the, causeway
Oh, right.
with the sister-daughter.
Sister
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah.
Okay, so Jasmine's talking to her sister, the one that took her to the embassy in Before the 90, and like she's looks much closer to her age than 20-year-old Liz, who she keeps saying is her sister, but is like definitely just her daughter.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who she thinks she's fooling, but I guess if you just say something enough times, it
Then
becomes
you start to
true.
believe it, so
Yeah, like how she, yeah, never would have spent the money on butt implants if she knew Gino was quitting his job. I do really feel for her. Like she explained her body dysmorphia like really well. I don't know how she can like, well, I know how you can do it, You say like I have all these problems, da da da, but you're just like so used to it and you just like that's your normal. So you don't see why you would need to like go get help or like change it or anything. But
It's almost like these projects. Like, she's like, "I'm not pretty. Oh, let's try this. I'm not pretty. Oh, let's try this."
Yeah, she's trying to fix it from the outside instead of the inside. Yeah, she's going to the gym and dieting and going to the surgeon instead of, like, getting a good therapist that can help her work on her self-esteem.
Everything else on them?
No.
Okay, I have a weird fuck, marry, kill. Okay. If Rob had a OnlyFans, if Justin Igor had an OnlyFans, and if Nick had an OnlyFans.
I mean, I feel like you're just asking me fuck, marry, kill for Igor, Rob, and Nick.
No, because how do you like, I feel like Rob would, like, work it, you know? Just Igor would be, like, a little bit more, like, reserved, and maybe, like, Nick's more emotional.
Rob would just, I think, be full blown like Razvan style traditional OnlyFans
You
with
don't
like
think
his
he'd
dick
been
out
dancing?
and everything. It would just be like an hour of him just like holding his chest and looking like
Yeah,
he's about to
nodding,
pray.
and then, like, a weird little feet movement. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think just Igor would he would just be like shirtless pics and then like
"You wanna play chess with me?"
I I was about to say every once in a while he would like upload some like chess strategy videos or something.
Do you think Rob would show D?
Yeah, he seems a little unhinged.
Yeah. I don't think just Igor would.
No, I do not think
Yeah.
we will ever see just Igor's penis. Nikki might not either.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think Nick would just be like karaoke videos.
Oh, that's fun. And then maybe some, "I want to touch you. What does your hair smell like?"
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be subscribing to Rob's that, like I had no idea well, I had some idea that OnlyFans would be that intense, but I guess I just hadn't really thought about it until I, like, made this mistake of doing OnlyFans research. So, not subscribing to Rob's. Kill Rob's OnlyFans. I would I'll fuck Just Igor's OnlyFans because it'll be, like, a little bit sexier, but not intense, and then I'm gonna marry Nick's OnlyFans because I could probably watch him do karaoke forever. That sounds fun. What would you do?
Okay. I think I would kill Rob's, but I'd marry just Igor's because I think he's hot, and I would like some shirtless pictures. And then, "Yeah, let's fuck that karaoke. Let's do it. Let's have some fun."
Yeah. That was a good one, I like that. I'm so sorry I subjected all of you to, like, the descriptions of Rosvin's OnlyFans. I'm sorry to
What?
myself for subscribing.
Why? The people need to know.
Whether or not yeah, maybe I got him some new subscribers, I don't know.
Promo code we watch.
No.
Just kidding.
That would be next level to get, like, kickbacks from OnlyFans creators.
A girl can dream.
Yeah. Oh, let's hold on. Let's check my OnlyFans messages to see
Ooh,
if he
yes.
responded to my me telling him my fetish is pubic hair. Nope, I don't think he's seen it. Okay, I don't think he'll ever respond, but that's fine.
Well,
That's fine.
because he can't. Oh, maybe he could put a little wig on.
I think those are called merkins, pubic hair wig.
Gosh, just when I can't be more impressed with you. You know
Where
things like this.
I don't even know where I learned that. I wish I didn't know these things sometimes, but yeah.
Merkins.
Are you writing that down?
Merkin, no, I'm Googling it. Oh, yep,
Oh.
mhm, mhm. You are correct.
Oh my god. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Look out for part 2 of Love is Blind next week and then more stupidity in the future. I'm guessing, Diana, you won't be recording next week because you will be.
I'll let you know. But I don't know.
We're waiting with bated breath for Baby J. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.